What if your biggest enemy isn't time, but your own mind? Over 2,000 years ago, the philosopher Seneca warned that life feels short, not because days fly by, but because we waste them, chasing distractions, drowning in worries, or clinging to things that vanish. Today we scroll, hustle, and overthink our way through life, convinced we're too busy to ever feel at peace. But what if ancient wisdom, from Buddhist monks to Taoist sages, holds a surprising key to freeing us from this cycle? The answer isn't about doing more. It's about doing less. Quieting the noise in your head, letting go of what you can't control, and finally living fully in the moments you're given. In today's video, we'll have Master Shi Heng Yi's teaching on impermanence and mindfulness, which can turn your relationship with time and your own thoughts inside out. Let's dive in.
Time itself is not limited, I think. And when it now comes to the shortness of life, and that apparently it seems like it's not the time in a way that is running out. It is the time that we are wasting not achieving anything. The time that we are investing something actually, but without doing anything. And there, now it doesn't even come from the Buddhist teachings, but Lao Tzu, a teacher from Taoism, he said, it is better to remain calm and do nothing while achieving nothing than doing a lot and investing a lot of effort and energy and at the end not achieving anything. It means that it is possible that you are investing effort, that you are investing parts of your life, but eventually nothing of that somehow is going to remain with you. And now from the Buddhist perspective, what I can see is that my parents, they got old. A part of my elder generation, meaning my grandfathers and my grandmothers, some of them are not even alive anymore. So what I definitely can witness, what I can see is there is something that we just call impermanence. Impermanence meaning nothing stays as it is. So even lots of achievements that we think that we are building up in this lifetime, even that one eventually will disappear. Knowing this, knowing that this time that we at this moment call as life has a limited time frame, that in a way this time is limited, that there is a certain degree of actions that you can put into this lifetime. Out of these thoughts, I just think one of the main questions to ask yourself is, what would you like to do with the rest of the lifetime that you still have available right now? But no matter what, there will be the time that is going to run out in a way. Or let's say, will you only have that remaining time where you're still possible to do something about the lifetime as you know it right now. Let's call it like this. And so, of course, ultimately, what arises is the wish not to waste this lifetime. So there it suddenly starts with, but what does it mean to not waste? It means doing a lot, thinking that you are doing a lot, but ultimately there is no real outcome. This is the type of actions I would definitely try to avoid in this lifetime. So now the question is, but how can it be? So how does it actually happen that people are doing a lot of things, but ultimately maybe you really come out with nothing in your hands? That can only mean that something in the way of how you handled life and how you handled your actions is not in alignment. It's either not in alignment with what you are wishing, or it's not in alignment with what this life is wishing for you. So in order to not waste time, number one is be sure about your intentions. This is something I have in my hands. So that means every action that I do, I want to bring purpose into the things that I do. And for example, I know we have like a conversation right now, and this is why I want that we have a conversation, first of all, without our mouths getting too dry, but at the same time, like also just having, in a way, a good time. And that's why part of this is, that's why I just prepare tea while we're having this talk. So that means I don't do these things empty. I didn't prepare the tea, I didn't like just take any tea. I want that this time that we are right now, for example, spending together, that it is a quality time. And this is what I have in my hands. Yeah. So, and this is for me that expression of how do you bring value, quality into your lifetime? Well, you need to fill it up with that quality. And what is it that is determining the quality? It is the intention, because this intention is creating that quality. Yeah, I hope somehow that makes sense, but time itself is not limited. But that we perceive this time frame in the way of what we call my life, your life, that one definitely is limited. Time itself maybe is not limited, but the way how we have the chance to perceive it for ourselves, that one definitely is limited.
From a Buddhist lens, the concept of impermanence, the understanding that all things, including achievements and life itself, are transient, deepens this reflection. This philosophy ties directly to the idea of stopping overthinking. Overthinking often stems from fear of wasted effort or regret, paralyzing us into inaction or scattering our focus into unproductive directions. Seneca, Taoism, and Buddhism collectively advise against this by urging clarity of intention. When we act with purpose, we bypass the anxiety of indecision or meaningless busyness by focusing on what truly matters, cultivating presence, nurturing relationships, or contributing to something enduring. We free ourselves from the mental chaos of overthinking. In essence, wasting time isn't merely about inactivity. It's about misaligned effort. Letting go of overthinking allows us to channel energy into what aligns with our values, making even quiet moments meaningful. Thus, these teachings all converge on a shared truth. A life well lived is not measured by sheer activity, but by the depth and intention behind each choice.